I was in like the pinnacle of my career. We had broken, through to new levels of profitability. But I was always leading people who were at least a few steps, if not multiple steps behind. So I felt qualified because I was ahead of them, and it was easy to say, come follow me. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden we opened the doors to the incubator, which is the program that you're a part of, a mastermind. And I said, hey, peers, hey, people who are financially at my level or above or below or whatever, or more years under their belt or whatever it was, let me help you. And it was like, man, don't open the doors to a leadership company if you don't expect to be tested in leadership. Yeah. All these feelings and insecurities that I haven't had or crept up on me in years were like, just absolutely pummeling me. And but it was such an opportunity to elevate into my next level of leadership. Mm-hmm. I had the people in my life to be able to call me out and be like, oh, no, you don't get to hide under a rock or not do the thing. Yeah. This is what you're called to. Deal with what you're facing. And it has challenged me to grow into new levels that I wasn't even really conscious of. Uh-huh. So it's such a powerful thing when you're being presented with a new level. It's like new level, new devil. You got to expect those challenges to come with it. I think people often make the mistake of assuming, oh, I've had success or it's been easy, so the next thing is going to be easy. And nothing in life is worthwhile is easy. I mean, like I have 3 kids, carrying them for 9 months, getting them out, and now raising them. None of it's easy, but I would lay down my life to do any of it all over again because it's the juice is worth the squeeze. And it's the same thing in this. It's like people, if they're when I was right before we opened the doors, I was too comfortable. It was too easy. Yes. I wasn't being stretched anymore and it was happening automatic, but I'm like, man, is it really all about the money? Because if I'm holding back from going to my next level because the money's so good or because the opportunities come easily, am I really stepping up to the plate to what my actual purpose?
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting that you say that too, because when you talk to a lot of women, as we both do, what I hear over and over again is this fear. Yeah. Fear of failure, fear around this, fear what other people will say, just fear. And all I can think about is, aren't you more scared to not live up to what you're supposed to live up to? Aren't you more scared to not live into your potential? I am so much more fearful of not living into this potential that we've all been given than I am of what anybody else might say. So getting in a room with other people, I mean, I would love for you to tell a story about how you got messages from all of us who are in.
Okay, so this is hysterical. We have this incubator made up of literally, like, there are qualifications to get into it, from financial, levels that are very high that you have to have achieved in your business. You have to be kind of on the map, right? This is a very elevated business mastermind. So everybody in there is beyond qualified. And yet, out of the 23 members, all 23 of them at some juncture in the first 3 months of the program, or in when we were talking about whether or not they were going to come in.
First week, maybe some of us the first week.
some of them were the first week, were literally what I describe as fighting for the bottom of the barrel. Like, they were like, no, I'm the most behind in this group. I look at everybody else. They're so elevated. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Can I really add value? And it's like all 23 of them were saying it. But at the same rate, all 23 of them were looking at the other members being like, wow, look at how amazing they are. Look how much they've grown, or look at the business they've built, or what. So the lens that we see ourselves through, no matter what level we get to, is so very different than how we judge others. We're so grace-filled and forgiving sometimes to other people, or we make assumptions, or we just see the highlight reel, whatever it might be. But it was so funny seeing this group. And the funny part was, I was coming into it, leading it, fearful of the same things. Like, oh my God, am I really ready for this? Can I do this? Am I the right person to lead them? So we were joking. One of the members was saying, she's like, yeah, I was laughing about it. I was talking to one of my mentors, and I was telling him how, man, everybody in this group is so elevated and they've built these tremendous businesses. And he's like, congratulations, you're the poor dumb one. You're in the right room then, because you're going to be elevated by the conversation that happens. So we joke now that everyone's fighting to be the poor dumb one, even though no one in there is poor or dumb.